North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life. Welcome to North of 49. Today we meet Dan St. Andrews, a man who, after 30 years in one industry, reinvented himself. He did it in part by successfully repurposing skill sets from his old career in the auto industry for a completely different use of those same skills in the new career, acting. To that end, on today's show, we talk about the surprising number of opportunities for actors who are north of 49. And we'll also talk with Dr. John Wu from the BC Cancer Agency, who will inspire us with treatment information about a specific kind of cancer that Dan has miraculously overcome. Dan St. Andrews was born and raised in Oshawa, Ontario. As a young man in 1978, Dan knew a good thing when he saw one and married Annette in a union that is still going strong to this day. Around the same time, Dan embarked upon a 30-year-plus career as a customer service representative for General Motors.
Went to work for General Motors at 28, got transferred out here in 81, and lived here for 9 years, and then Halifax, and then Moncton, and then back here in 97.
In August 2005, after over 3 decades of working in the automotive industry, Dan retired.
Well, first thing I did when I retired was I started a consulting business for business to business, and it was too much like going back to work. So I wanted to pursue something that would fill this need that I had to keep busy.
Dan used this opportunity to try something he had always wanted to pursue as a career, but never had the time, freedom, or, frankly, nerve.
I took up acting. Always wanted to do it, and I thought, you know what, you're 55, now's the time to try.
You said 3?
Yes.
I know more.
I'm good.
I went for my first audition, got the part, and I've been loving it ever since.
As a budding actor, Dan quickly realized that he had to learn how to sell himself. He applied his substantial training in sales and customer service to his new passion, and those skills helped him to take the inevitable audition rejections in stride.
It's probably one of the most demanding things that a human being can do. It's something that you have to have very, very thick skin for. You can go to 100 auditions and get a no every single time, but it's that one booking that you get that makes it all worthwhile.
As an actor in his 60s, Dan has found that his age actually works to his advantage. He has landed roles in several independent films and even a few small parts in big-budget Hollywood features.
I think it's much tougher when you're younger, simply because of the numbers, and everybody has this overwhelming dream. And you don't worry about these wrinkles that you have in your face. It's all part of your character.
As Dan started to pursue his long-time dream, his body started to send him signals that something was alarmingly awry with his health.
I had severe headaches for 2 years, went to doctors, chiropractors, massage therapists, even a naturalist. And then one day I had blood pouring out of my mouth. Got rushed by the ambulance to the hospital, and a week later they did a series of tests on me, and I found out I had cancer.
In July 2009, Dan was diagnosed with throat cancer. Doctors told him that he had a 20% success rate if he did radiation therapy. But if he coupled it with chemotherapy, his success rate would double to 40%.
Next time you're going to see me, I won't have any hair. I'm shaving it off, and my mustache will be gone for the first time since I was 18. So
I went through all the treatments. They were brutal, and there was times where I was very, very low. I was lying on the table, and this technician, I was feeling really sorry for myself, and I'm really worried, and really scared, totally scared. And the technician said to me, "So how are you dealing with this?" I said, "I'm not dealing very well. You get 40% success rate." And she looked at me, she said, "Well, you're in the 40% then." And I thought, yeah, that's right.
Dan says the positive way a person thinks about themselves, their health, and the cancer they are fighting is one of the most powerful and effective treatments a person can enlist.
It's made me a lot more appreciative of where I am in my life and what's important. Because a lot of things that you think are important really aren't.
It's been 1 year and 3 months since Dan's last treatment, and as of his last checkup in December, he is making a good recovery.
Most days I'm good. I've had trouble with energy, levels coming up and down. The scar tissue in my throat is still forming. That takes about 2 years. And I don't have saliva, or a lot of saliva in my mouth. I feel great. I mean, I'm very, very fortunate to be alive. If this is the best I ever get, then you know what, I'm happy.
Although he still can't eat solid food, Dan is back to acting and feeling great.
From the time I found out with the cancer, everything was put on hold. I finished my last treatment on October the 9th, 2009.
Did everything go as planned?
Yes, sir, I believe it did.
Good.
And I did my first acting role again in February of 2010. And the part called me to have a gravelly voice and do a lot of coughing. Well, that's what I was doing anyway.
Bring it here.
So that's what I do now, and it keeps me going. It keeps me excited. And I've never looked back.
North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life.